everyone, a Primer here and welcome back to another Armored Warfare vehicle review. In this video, we will be taking a look at the first Tier 9 Premium main battle tank that is not a reskin. This new MBT is the T-84 Oplot BM, the third Ukrainian vehicle in Armored Warfare. It is Ukraine's most advanced modern battle tank. Essentially, it's a variant of the T-80UD, which has a diesel engine and a more sophisticated version of the T-84. It features a couple unique gameplay elements like the multi-layered duplet heavy explosive reactive armor that can withstand up to 2 consecutive hits and is able to defeat AP rounds. In addition to that, it's the only Tier 9 MBT that has both hard and soft kill active protection systems. To get your hands on this one, well, you will have to buy it through loot crates that are available for money or in-game gold, keeping in mind that the current offer for it will last until the 3rd of January 2019. So should you rush in to try and get it then? Well, more on that later in this video, so stick around till the end if you want to hear my full opinion on that subject. But for now, let's talk about the Oplot BM and how it compares to all other Tier 9 MBTs. For alpha damage, we see that the Oplot 660 is on par with the T90MS and the Type 99A, having the highest numbers among Tier 9 MBTs. Penetration-wise, the Oplot scores 750, which is just about average, coming in third after the Leo 2A6 and the T90MS. DPM and reload time is where the Oplot shines, having 5,568 DPM and 7.11 seconds reload time, the best in class at Tier 9 for MBTs. For hit points, its 2,950 falls way below the average, which is the same case with the T90MS. And for the armor, we are going to be checking it out in the armor inspector, so we are going to skip ahead to the mobility section. But before we do that, it's worth mentioning that the Oplot is the only MBT at Tier 9 that has both hard and soft kill active protection systems. The Oplot's mobility isn't terrible by any means, but it's not the greatest either. Top speed is 70 km per hour, and it takes the Oplot 4.23 seconds to get to 32 km per hour and a total of 25 seconds to reach top speed. Hull traverse is a decent 39 degrees a second, but not as good as the T90MS or the Type 99A. Camouflage is best in class with 20% rating, and the 440 meters view range is as best as it gets for a Tier 9 MBT. Gun depression is a workable 8 degrees, and the .095 accuracy is a hair below the average. Aim time is almost as good as the Merkava with 1.43 seconds, and the 43.4 degrees a second turret traverse is certainly above average, matching that of the T90MS. So to summarize, the T-84 Oplot BM is very similar to the T90MS, but slightly better in every category except for the hull traverse and the penetration. Now let's go and check out the Oplot's protection in the armor inspector. I am going to be comparing its armor against 750 meter of penetration, which is about the average penetration for a Tier 9 MBT. Looking at the tank, the lower plate is easily pinnable by anything that the Oplot might meet, but the upper front plate and the turret are looking pretty good. Turret ring weak spot is extremely difficult to snipe, and angling the tank downward exposes the weak spots on the corners of the upper front plate. Angling it down further will make for an easy pen on these corners, so be mindful of that when coming against taller tanks like the Leo and the Chali. As for the side armor, it is pretty terrible and the Oplot should never present it to anyone. Against heat ammunition, the armor is looking pretty good, except for that lower front plate that we talked about earlier. The side skirt might help against heat shells and ATGMs, but I wouldn't really count on it consistently. Looking at the armor map, we see where the heavy ERA are located, which is at the center of the upper front plate and the front of the turret. The way I like to set up my Oplot is by using Cortez as a commander for that juicy max roll. For crew skills, I choose to go with accuracy and repairs on the driver and accuracy and aim time on the gunner. For consumables, the synthetic oil will help boost the tank's mobility, and for retrofits I decided to go with improved gun breach, advanced MRS, improved filter systems, and view range. The vehicle also gets access to a special frost skin, which can be purchased from my loot store. So with all that in mind, let's go watch a replay to see how the Oplot performs on the battlefield. Here we are on front line, and we've got the pleasure of watching Spishak and his platoon of badgers, and I would like to give a huge shout out to Spishak for sending me this replay. I will leave a link to his Twitch channel in the description box, so go and give him a follow, as he is a very relaxed and entertaining Armored Warfare streamer. So, Spishak is heading toward the J line with his platoon mates, and they are going to be pushing that flank. Here you get to see the really nice mobility of the Oplot, and it's clear that Spishak is using the synthetic oil consumable since his top speed is going above 70. Going upslope, the tank is still trying to keep its momentum, and 30 to 20 km per hour on this incline is really not that bad. The VT4 gets spotted and Spishak snaps a shot on him, hitting him in the side of the turret and managed to score a penetrating hit. He doesn't stop there, however, and he continues pushing forward to try and get vision on what's up there on top. The Merkava gets spotted behind him, and he lines up a shot on its turret roof, but RNG says no. That Merkava tries to return the shot using an 80 GM, but the hard kill takes care of it, allowing Spishak to fire another shot on that Merc, damaging it. Spishak goes back up again to try and line up another shot on that Merkava, and he managed to connect with it again, and now that Merkava isn't feeling so confident about his position anymore, so he decided to leave it. The enemy Oplot gets spotted, Spishak takes a swing at it, but he misses. He then tries to line up his next shot on that Ramka, but just before the shot hits it, the Ramka gets immobilized, changing its armor angle against Spishak, and the shot ends up bouncing off him. Spishak gets spotted again, and he is looking toward that Ramka, who is trying to pepper him with his autocannon, but a well-placed blind shot takes him out and sends him back to the garage. And then Spishak puts a shot into that Merc, weakening him, and then tries to angle his armor against that enemy Oplot. He gets penetrated regardless, but great situational awareness there. Thanks to the quick reload of the Oplot, Spishak was able to pick up his second kill on that Merc, and now he proceeds to investigate that cloud of smoke, which reveals a striker that was trying to hide behind it. One shot from Spishak and a little bit of a ramming damage there, and that striker gets finished by Whitefang, who picked up his second kill as well. Pushing up that ridge, Spishak managed to spot another striker who was trying to escape, puts a shot into him, shaving off quarter of his HP, and bounces the return shot, and then he gets picked up by Whitefang. A Leopard 2A6 gets spotted out in the open. Spishak fires a shot on him, killing his loader and jamming his turret ring, and allowing Whitefang to pick up his fourth kill for this match. But we are not done yet, as the enemy Oplot gets spotted again, and Spishak fires a shot on him, penetrating him this time and leaving him on 615 HP, allowing once again Whitefang to pick up the kill on that Oplot. Now Spishak is pushing toward the middle of the map to try and spot whoever is trying to cap. Going on top, Spishak spots that Leopard 2A5 and puts a round into him, then tried to use the terrain to hide his small but very thin lower plate. Another shot goes into that Leo with no issues at all, and here you get to see that great DPM that the Oplot has. A third shot goes into the middle front plate of that Leo, damaging his ammo rack, but he quickly repairs it. And a fourth shot hits the same spot again, leaving him on 600 hit points, allowing the Vickers Mark 7 to finish him off. At this point, it's just a matter of cleanup, and the Oplot's decent mobility should allow Spishak to get some more damage at the end of this match. Coming over that ridge, Spishak fires on the move and bounces off that Revo's turret. He is thinking about going for that Merc, but then he decides that he wants to get that Revo and try to pick up the kill on him. And he aims his shot in the third person and managed to score his third kill for this match. All what's remaining now is one surviving Leo Evo, and Spishak is expecting him to be hiding along the 0 line, so he is heading toward that A0 area. But a very nice player on the enemy team decides that it's a good idea to give away the position of that surviving MBT while having an Armored Warfare employee on his team that is still spectating the match. Going up slope, Spishak spots that surviving Leo and proceeds to facehug him, which is something the Oplot is extremely good at, thanks to its almost non-existent turret ring weak spot. And you get to see how much of a struggle that Leo is having against the Oplot, while Spishak is having no issues at all dealing with him. The Leo finally gives up on the Oplot and shifts his attention to the T-90MS on Spishak's platoon, allowing Spishak to pick up his 4th kill for this match. A pretty good game for the Oplot there, showcasing its capabilities in regards to its mobility, firepower, and armor. Spishak managed to pick up a 12,800 damage in that match while getting 4 kills to his name. Meanwhile, his platoon mate Whitefang, aka Cleanup Crew, managed to pick up 5 kills himself. The armor of the Oplot held up quite well against 21 hits received, blocking 2,977 damage, which is more than enough to kill this tank. Now on to the question that is on everyone's mind. Should you try to get this tank by buying loot crates? Honestly, I think you shouldn't, unless you are a tank collector with a lot of disposable income or in-game gold. I was quite lucky to get mine as I received it on, quite ironically, the 84th crate. So the Oplot ended up costing me around 10,000 gold as a net total. However, I know many people that still don't have it even after opening 250 loot crates. That's 200 euros or 31,000 gold for a tank that has the face value of 14,000 gold. Whether or not you want to call this gambling, it's up to you, but according to some officials, the Oplot will drop for sure after reaching a certain threshold from opening loot crates. What is that threshold? Well, nobody knows. So, here you have it, the T-84 Oplot BM, the first Ukrainian MBT in Armored Warfare. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to leave a like on it. If not, then you know where the other button is, and if you have any more questions regarding the Oplot, please feel free to leave them in a comment down below and I will try to answer them for you. And while you're there, let us know what you think of this new loot crate system, as it seems like every new vehicle is being released as part of it. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.